The moment you stop believing every thought you have is the moment you discover who you really are. I'm Brian Ford. Welcome to Self-Improvement Daily. We live our lives in our own minds. Our perception comes from our perspective, and since we can't view the world in any other way, we don't think to question it. But you are not your thoughts. Even though our thoughts are produced from our mind, they can't be taken as truth. They're biased by years of conditioning and teaching from unverified, unregulated sources. And it's hard to understand because we don't know any different. Like an animal that's lived in captivity, we don't have the perspective to imagine anything else. But that doesn't guarantee our thoughts are right or accurate. It simply means that is how it's being interpreted from a small slice of consciousness we've acquired. I'd heard this insight before, but it landed again in conversation with a friend and mentor of mine, Larry Kesslin. This is what he said.
I always believed that my thoughts were me. And for 61 plus years of my life, that's how I lived. And then I've been through a few experiences that have gotten me outside of my being and realized I'm more than my thoughts and I'm more than my feelings. So in the first chapter of the book, I talk about this concept that we're three parts. We are mind, body, and soul. So our soul is the guide. So when we look at the sky, our soul is the sky. Our thoughts are the clouds. And the weather is our feelings. So the sky just sees the clouds and experiences the feelings. It is not the clouds and it is not the weather. So who are we? And as soon as I realized that I am more than my thoughts and my feelings, I started to gain agency over my thoughts and feelings. And when I could get to the point where I had a thought and I said, I don't like that thought. Next, life started to change.
What I make of this is, we can acquire a whole new perspective when we separate from our thoughts and feelings and observe them. They're not you. They're just things being expressed by you externally. So when you have a negative, scary, or disempowering thought that doesn't serve you, you don't need to believe it. And because of that, you don't need to get so critical or judgmental that there's something wrong with you. You can choose to believe what you want to believe about yourself and act from that frequency instead. This is just a snippet from a longer conversation I had with Larry where we go into way more detail about his new book, The Joy Molecule. And he tells some incredible stories about how he and others have found a deeply fulfilling joy in their lives. You can watch a recording of that conversation and order a copy of his book by clicking the link in the description. I'm Brian Ford, and you grew today. Let's do it again tomorrow on Self-Improvement Daily.